Hi, this is Stephanie returning for part 4 of my video tutorial on how to create a MERN stack login application. So in the last video, we set up our front-end view using React, and it was just very simple, just said hello world. So you should have a client directory that contains your main.js and hello world component file, and then we should also have a index.js or whatever you want to call it. It's a template, a root template file. So it just needs to contain a div with an ID equal to root. So we're going to now set up the server with Express and Node. So I went ahead and created a server directory, and there's going to be 2 files in it, server.js and devbundle.js. So as the name implies, server.js is going to contain our server-side code, and then devbundle.js is going to contain code that will help compile React code using Webpack. So first things first, we're going to go into our server.js and create our Express app. So first you're going to want to import Express from Express. It's not form. And if you look in your package.json, you should have imported the npm module for Express already. Oops, this one. So then you're going to create a constant that will represent your Express app. So we're going to call it app, and it's going to be new, or not new, it's going to be Express. Alrighty, so that's it for creating the Express app. So this is the more complex part. So here we're going to write the code to initialize Webpack to compile the client side. Sorry, I have to put my charger in. The client side code when the server's running. So we're going to set up a compile method that will take the Express app and configures it to use Webpack middleware, and it will compile, bundle, and serve the code for the browser to use. So first we're going to import Webpack from Webpack and import Webpack middleware from Webpack dev middleware. Then we're going to import Webpack hot middleware from Webpack hot middleware. And then the last thing, we're going to import Webpack config from webpack.config.client.js. And if you remember, I think it was like video 2, we created this webpack.config.client.js file here. And this contains the configurations for Webpack to bundle our code. Alright, so after you import all of those, we're going to create our compile method. So constant compile equals So that's our compile method. And basically it checks if you're in development environment, and then it creates a compiler and a middleware, and it sets the public path to your webpack config.output.public path. And your webpack config is from earlier, this config file that we created for the client. And then you're going to use your middleware, and then you're going to use your compiler with the hot middleware. So then when you're done, you're going to export. So it can be used outside of here. So export default compile is your function that you just created. So now that you have created this, you have to call it from your server. So import dev bundle from dev bundle. And then after where you declared your app, your Express app, you're going to call the compile function on your dev bundle. And you're going to pass in the app as an argument there. And so this is only applicable in development mode. So when you're trying to run this for production, you would actually comment these out. All right, so now that we've set up our server, we need to now have a way to serve static files from our dist folder. And the dist folder is the folder that is, or the directory that's created after you compile with Webpack. So in your server file, import path from path, and then constant So basically, Webpack's going to compile client-side code, and regardless of its development and production environment, and then it's going to bundle your files and put them in a dist folder, and to make these files available upon request for the client side. And that's what this code is for. All right, so next thing we need to do is add code so we can render templates at the root. So basically, we created our client-side code and we declared our root div, but we can't render yet until we add some code to the server. So import template from dex.js. All right, so we imported our template file, and now app.get So basically, we're adding route handling code to the Express app, so we can do a GET request at this directory. So, which is your default directory, usually like your home. So next we have to add code to listen on a specific port. So what port? So port 3000 is usually your local host. So app.listen on your port that you just set. And this is some error handling. So if an error occurs, you want to log it in your console so that you can debug or figure out what's wrong. And then if everything is fine and dandy, then then you just want your user to know in the console that your server is up and running on the port that you set. So this is how you set up your server side code. And once we start fleshing out our login app, this will grow. Both of these directories will grow, and we'll start adding more files. So in the next app, we're going to connect to our MongoDB database. So thank you guys for watching.